everybody? It's your boy Chaos, and welcome to a new episode of Take It to the Table. Yes. As you can see right now, we are not doing quarantine edition. We are, if you're not in the UK, lockdown has eased a bit. We are allowed to be amongst ourselves now. So yes, it's a welcoming change after the past 3 months. I must say. But without further ado, let me introduce the regular guest of the show. To my left is none other than Rise. Welcome back to the show, Rise.
Yo, good to be back. Take it to the table.
Yes.
In person,
live. And of course, to my right is none other than Mr. Rhymes. Welcome back to the show, Mr. Rhymes.
Always good to be back. Quarantine, we made it through.
We flipping made it through. Jesus. And you know what? Since we're amongst ourselves, like, how has been quarantine / lockdown be for y'all? Like, briefly.
limited, different. Like life is just you gotta be cautious about everything now. Jumping on the train, bus, and obviously not working every day, and even things like this, like creative stuff, has been affected and stuff.
100%.
At the same time, as negative as it's been, like, you know, people dying and whatnot, it's also been a break. I think it's been a break on people's wallets. It's been a break on just actually having time to rest your body and stuff. And I think for a lot of people, it's a time to refocus on things. Like, you know, a lot of people have been redecorating, getting their fitness up.
Oh my god, that's been us.
So,
in my house, just redecorating.
And focusing on issues that we'd normally maybe get over in a week or so because of life, but now we have time to actually think of things and action on it and stuff. So.
Yeah. 100%. What about you, Mr. Rhymes?
Yeah, it's been like, again, it's a time where you could say we've all had our moments in terms of however you want to treat lockdown, whether you wanted to decorate, whether you wanted to take up a new hobby, or just like everyone's found their own little ways. And then for me, I feel like now that unfortunately I have the privilege of being an adult, this has been the most mentally relaxed and stress-free I've been since school days. So this has been a beneficial thing for myself, and I'm kind of not looking forward to going back. But in the same breath, it's like, you know, life has to go on, and you know what? So in a way, I'm ready, but in a way, I'm not. So it is really.
Yeah, I have to say the same as well. It's been pretty manic. Obviously, still keeping myself busy in terms of my other interests as well, like in terms of music and whatnot. Yeah, it's been pretty cool. Things are slowly coming back to normal, and yeah, we just gotta keep it going. Stay safe. Wash your hands, and yes, stay safe until, you know, this all subsides, because we're not fully out of the woods yet.
Right.
So
and that's the thing. People are gonna get gassed and like think it's back to normal, and then just
all the bars and everywhere that's open. Nope.
Super Saturday. They didn't even see the photos from Super Saturday. That was interesting in Soho. That place was like a full 100-man Royal Rumble in there. That was
It was crazy.
That was really different. But
what was that? Super Saturday.
That was July when all the pubs were all open and everything.
Oh yes,
that same day it was dubbed Super Saturday.
Dumbness.
Everyone went nuts.
Yeah, it was insane.
But yeah, as we said, keep safe. Make sure you're ready. Wear your masks, and we'll be out of the woods sooner rather than later. But of course, we move on. We're gonna be talking about the main event of night 2 of the Great American Bash. We've just finished watching that. We're going to give our thoughts on that. As of this recording, we are just about 1 week and a few days away from Extreme Rules. Sorry, correction. The horror show at Extreme Rules. Jesus Christ. We're going to be talking about
the name of the whole.
Yeah, it's called the horror show at Extreme Rules.
Yep. I think they finally decided on the name, because it was the other way around. And then we're going to be talking about the matches, what is currently there, and our predictions. We are going to be talking about the top 5 best and worst title belts since we've had the debut of the United States Championship, a new design of the United States Championship. We're going to be giving our top 6 worst and best title belts, and of course we also got a new little game that I'm going to be introducing into this in this episode, and it's going to be called Push Fire Berry. All right, so stick around to find out what that's going to be about, and of course we're going to be rounding up with our traditional wrestler 20 questions, as we all know, that Rise has the power in this event. So
Camacho. Who the hell is Camacho?
I know.
I'm not gonna get over that one. It
That
was a good choice.
It was a good choice.
It was just.
He had us good in that one. So yeah, but we can't let that slide. And we got to get back. We got to get the W this time. We got to get the W. Yeah, that is the roundup of all the topics we're going to be talking about. But of course, without further ado, let's take it to the table. Right. So. Like I said, night 2 of the Great American Bash has happened, and we just watched the whole majority of the show. But the main talking point we're going to be talking about is the main event, where it was winner takes all between Adam Cole, baby, against Limitless Keith Lee for the NXT World Championship as well as the North American Championship.
Right.
And as we all know, Limitless Keith Lee has won and has become the new NXT champion. What are your thoughts on that main event, guys?
You go first. I mean, main event was good. I will give them that. The match was actually very well thought out. A lot of the stuff that Keith Lee was doing in the match, again, is something that you don't expect from someone his size. I will say, maybe it's just because it wasn't... maybe because there was a lack of a crowd, but I still will hold Keith Lee's match from Portland. Was it Portland? With Dominic
Dijakovic, yep.
I will hold that match as probably being Keith Lee's best match so far that I've seen on WWE TV. I'm not going to count his indies, I don't know if he was doing a match or whatever. But I will hold any match that he has towards that match, and I don't think this match hit that mark, but it was a close second and whatnot. Okay. But I'm okay with the winner. Like, I'm a fan of Keith Lee, so I'm good with this winner. It's be interesting to see where they go from here, though.
Indeed, with a little teaser that we had at the end of the match, which we'll get into shortly. But Rise, what were your thoughts of the main event?
It was great, man. I've always said that Keith Lee is just someone I've gravitated to in regards to being entertained and stuff like that. He put some good matches. We know what Cole's capable of, so to kind of put them two in the ring together is just an interesting dynamic. But in addition to that, I think what made it better for me was the impact, like with the 2 titles on the line.
Yes.
That just so, because I mean, we all know that I'm not the one that watches NXT every week, so I just saw this by chance. And to be honest with you, if I had just seen the match card say Keith Lee versus Adam Cole, full stop, maybe I wouldn't have been as hyped. But when I realized it was title for title, me who didn't even know they were feuding was like, I want to watch this. I don't want to see any spoilers. And that's me who wasn't even aware of the feud. So that just shows how impactful it was. And the match itself just lived up. I get what you're saying. It wasn't quite Keith Lee and Dijakovic, but I think that's a different dynamic. 2 big men. Here we got a big guy and a very small guy.
Right.
And they just, usually when you see the big guy and the small guy kind of just gets eaten. But it was very...
He held his own.
Held his own.
Did not go down without a fight.
Not at all. If anything, it was Keith taking the brunt of the damage and stuff. But just the athleticism. I mean, seeing the Panama Sunrise on Keith Lee.
Yes, Keith Lee hit that backflip. Go on, Keith Lee.
If you look at it as a fan and just forget about how it actually works, it's impressive. But then if you actually look at the ins and outs, how the other person has to jump as well, that's impressive in its own right. And it was just great, and it was a feel-good moment. I'm sure there's a lot of Cole fans who are probably not happy with the Reign ending, but I think it went towards the right guy. It wasn't The Rock winning. It was different. It was someone who deserved it. So
I think it was definitely a strong main event. Like I said, Keith Lee against Dijakovic was definitely his best match so far. But like I said, it was 50-50. I would have been happy with either one if either one won that match, because Adam Cole has been a great champion, if not probably the greatest NXT champion. Not just, that's just not me feeding into his gimmick. He has been, any title match that he's had, there's not been one that was a dud.
Right.
He puts on 5-star matches in every match that he's been in. Right. So he's definitely worthy of being called the greatest NXT champion. But Keith Lee is on the come up. He showed he can hang with Roman Reigns. He can hang with Brock Lesnar. He can be the true future of the business if handled well, obviously.
Right, yeah.
Right now we have major trust issue. Well, I have major trust issue with WWE and their booking right now.
Right, yeah.
But yeah, like he definitely is worthy of it. They did not let the chance go by, and yeah, he put in a very strong show. And obviously what's going to happen afterwards, as we saw at the end of the match, we saw a little glimpse of Killian Cross watching Keith Lee celebrate his title. Sorry, what? It's because his name's Killian. His actual indie name is actually Killian Cross, but actually obviously
Killian Dane is there, so that's why you have
Karrion
Cross.
You know what?
I'm the same.
Yeah,
they even do it on TV as well. One of the commentators was like Killian. Someone called him Killian in the promo. Or there was like Karrion Cross or whatever.
Right.
It's
okay.
like,
I thought they just stopped because it says kill, and you know how weird WWE are with that kind of because if you had Killian Dane, makes sense.
So it's Karrion Cross. We all get confused.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Apologies.
You'll do it.
Yeah, but Karrion Cross, you saw him just watch over Keith Lee along with his bae Scarlett. Is it Bordeaux? Is her name there?
I think on the show she's just Scarlett.
Just Scarlett, okay. Because her actual name previously Scarlett Bordeaux. I thought he was gonna go for Adam Cole because a couple weeks ago, when Adam Cole was in a match, Scarlett came out and put
egg timer.
Yeah, the egg timer down and saying that your time is ticking. So I thought they were gonna have that was gonna be Adam Cole versus Karrion Cross. But now since we have Keith Lee.
Yeah, so then now it's kind of that we should have to look back and be like, so was that more just aimed at whoever is champion?
It could be, yeah. Or they might just change it to a three-way. Adam Cole could get his rematch, and then somehow Karrion gets inserted some way, and then it's going to be a three-way match.
Could be.
Which I would not say no to, because Karrion Cross is if you have not seen his matches, he is a force to be reckoned with, and he's got one of the most awesome entrances in NXT right now. I'm not overselling it. He's awesome.
There's no more rematches though, isn't it? Are they still doing that?
Well, on NXT they kind of sort of do.
Yeah.
Okay. NXT is like it may not necessarily be that so he's like obligated to have the rematch.
Yeah.
But given that Adam Cole's gonna want a rematch and Keith Lee is gonna be the fighting champion, so it's likely they'll have a rematch.
Yeah. More than likely, yeah. But yeah, all in all, that was a great main event. Worthy to go head to head with AEW Fighter Fest, which we are actually watching whilst we're filming right now. We're just currently on FTR and
Young Bucks
versus Bunny and the Blade and not Bunny and the Blade, Butcher and the Blade.
And who the other guys?
And Lucha Brothers, yeah. So we just if you see us glancing above or not looking at the cameras because of that, we're just seeing what's going on. Not because we're just ignoring y'all, but
spoiler alert.
Spoiler, yeah. So good main event, 100%. It was good, and let's see what happens from here onwards.
Right.
All right. So.